Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tabletop Bob. Oh, it's so good to be back. The Wild Beyond the Witchlight is here. Episode 23. It feels like we're home again, doesn't it? Feels good to be back.
For at least one of
Yeah,
us.
it really
It's been a
does.
while.
It
Yeah.
definitely has been.
Yeah, it's been a while. Welcome back, Mike. Welcome back, Christian, Dasha, and Randall. And this is Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It is, I think it's been exactly 4 weeks, right? Since we last played.
Perhaps.
I think it's exactly 4 weeks because we
I
took
think it is.
3
think
weeks
so.
We
off.
played like the first week of July, right? Is that
Well,
right?
not Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, we did. Yeah, first week of July, and now it is the first week of August. So it's like 4 full weeks, a whole month basically. And it's all Dasha's fault.
I know, I'm sorry.
But camp was good. You were telling us camp's been, or camp was fun.
Yes, yeah, very chaotic as always, but really fun.
Nice, and you got to play some D&D too, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, I actually, with a friend, last year we had written the rules for like a modified D&D type role-playing game that the kids could quickly learn and play, and it's all based on Slavic mythology and folklore and stories. So last year we had like one story we ran, one campaign, and this year, completely new one. It was really fun looking up some of the like monsters in Slavic folklore and putting those in for encounters.
So you played The Witcher.
A lot of it was, yeah, very similar to The Witcher because that's all also based on Slavic mythology. Yep.
A lot of
Baba Yaga
fluffy
there?
bunny monsters in Slavic culture, right? Just nothing too terrifying.
Nothing but fluffy bunnies. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Yeah, even their bunnies are terrifying, aren't they?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got to play some D&D, and I know very well what it's like to play with children. I do a lot of D&D
Oh, yeah.
with kids, not even including my cousin Joey. But generally speaking, playing with kids it's another animal. Did you find it
Yeah,
was challenging or easy?
It was interesting. Some of the groups that I thought would completely derail the campaign actually were very like diplomatic and tried to like talk it out instead of fighting. Some groups completely went off the rails. They like talked to the person and got their mission for the campaign, and then they like went to Starbucks. Apparently there was a Starbucks inside this medieval Slavic town, and one of them got hired there. It was interesting.
They're popping up everywhere. So
Yeah, they're really everywhere.
terrible.
Yep. So it was an interesting time. The kids really enjoyed it, I think. It was a good chance for them to bond with their cabin mates and also just be creative together.
awesome. Well, like I said, I always happy to hear that people play D&D, and especially getting kids into it. It's always it's good for the hobby, you know? Good for the hobby.
Absolutely.
Mike, how are we doing? How was your month off?
It's been busy. Had my son's first birthday, and then my
Wow.
wife had some major surgery, so it's
Yeah, I
definitely
heard
been
that,
busy.
yeah. Well, I bet you have a lot of daddy responsibilities then.
Oh yeah, it's taking a lot of taking care of that little dude, but he's a good baby, so I can't complain.
Good. It's nice when they're easy. Unlike my children, who are some demon spawn when they want to be. Christian, how was your month?
It was good. It's good. Didn't really do much. I think I stuck around summer school. Summer school is now over, so
Good.
now I can finally begin my summer.
That's right, and it's going to be over like that.
And it's almost done already. It feels like.
And
Hey guys, don't say that.
I've said this many times before. June, for teachers, for all the teachers out there, you can probably relate. June is like a Friday night. It's one long Friday night. Even when you're at school still in the beginning of June, it doesn't matter. You feel great, hopeful. The summer's coming. Doesn't matter what BS you have to deal with. July is Saturday. It's a party all day long. Do whatever you want. Whatever you want, anytime, all goes. And then August is one long Sunday night. Oh my goodness, the Sunday night blues for 31 days. Terrible.
It's not even that long for me because we start school next week. We have
Jesus,
three staff development days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday the kids come in.
Oh my God, what do they do over there in California? Unbelievable.
At least I don't have to see my students until September.
Yes, September. So while we're all going to be enjoying our long Sunday night, Dasha, you'll be going back to school. And someone who doesn't even know what we're talking about here, Randall, tell us how your month went.
I was gonna say, yeah, I never get a Sunday night except for Sunday night.
Randall's like, it's Tuesday, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I feel like every day just feels like Tuesday. Like, yeah, everything started, but like, is it ever gonna end? No, things have been cool. Been a very D&D filled July, and weirdly, I haven't been missing from the channel as much because we did. You started Radiant Citadel the other week, which was a lot of fun, and we did Don't Say That Guy a couple weeks ago, and
Yep.
You mean Vecna?
Oh,
We need a counter.
said it.
Where's the counter?
Take 8d10 psychic damage immediately.
he said it.
No, yeah, it's been a very D&D packed week. I actually just finished running my own version of Don't Say Vecna, which I was saying before, and yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Love to hear gaming's going on. We are back with our wonderful campaign. We're here for, well, what's funny is we're here for 2 weeks. Today's August 2nd. We'll be playing again next week, but it's one day later, August 10th. And then I'm going to be away. So we're going to take a couple more weeks off to be back on August 30th. So we'll be playing 3 times this month. That's pretty solid. So 3 times this month. And then hopefully, once our school year starts and Dasha's well underway, we'll have some more regularly scheduled programming here with Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Summer's always tough. A lot of interruptions, a lot of people going away, a lot of things happening. But we'll be back into the swing of things in September. And we're headed into the latter parts of this campaign. So I'm excited to continue it. We were talking off in the chat earlier today that we're going to be going to the new area of Yon. However, there's a couple things we have to get to. And so we'll jump in to the campaign now. Let's introduce our characters. Let's start with Dasha. You just got back from camp. Tell us who you're playing today.
Yeah, it would only be fitting to start with me after I've been away on such a long journey. I am playing Siggy, who is a fairy rogue. I think she's quite pleased with how this last leg of the adventure has gone. It was going very, very downhill, and then it suddenly went very, very uphill, and I think they got out of this situation with minor damage compared to the previous hag encounter, so she's pretty happy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, actually, no, a couple of people came close to death. Charles actually did kind of bite the dust, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but Charles takes like an hour to rebuild.
Yeah,
so
you could remake him. You can remake him. So no permanent damage really. Boomy got his groove back.
I mean, I was destroyed that last round. I got saved at the last second there.
Lemon saved you, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was at the
So
buzzer.
Tell us about Boomy and what happened to you.
Yeah, Boomy's playing. I'm Christian. I'm playing Boomy, the Asmar cleric. Yeah, he took quite a beating. I was trying to save the children. That's what I get for trying to save the children. He didn't want to come with me, so it slowed me down, and I paid the price. So I got knocked out. I thought I was done for, but I got saved right at the end. Yep. And I think we ended as we were escaping, and I was like still kind of knocked out. I don't think I even got healed yet.
That's true. We were on the way out, and you were unconscious, I think. But
we're gonna stabilized you.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna get a chance to kind of regroup and talk about what happened before moving on. So we'll do that in game. Mike, who are we playing today?
I am playing Professor Oscar Tennant, who I was almost positive was not going to be part of this group for very much longer 2 sessions ago, but things turned out a little differently than I expected. So Oscar is, for the time being, still with the party, still trying to find a way home. Spent the entire combat stuck to a chair as everybody left him in the room, so that was pretty cool. He'll remember that. And he, his robot servant Charles, unfortunately bit the dust. That was Mark 99. So let's see how Mark 100 Charles ends up.
Oh, cool. Mark 100. I love it. Gonna be the rise of the machines pretty soon. Let's
Well,
jump
I mean,
down.
he just keeps dying. I mean, he's been in the Feywild for 7 years, so it's
Yeah.
actually not like they've been getting better. Actually, every new iteration is worse than the last one because it's just like whatever scrap you could find.
Oh man, the first Charles must have been awesome. Must have had
First-
heated seats.
He's
Coffee
a
maker.
Warforged Titan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah.
The last Charles, he actually had a chassis that you could sit in. The first
Mm.
one, but yeah, hasn't been
There's a
anything like
mech.
that since at least 30 Charles ago.
Okay. Well, we'll see what you do with him now. Maybe he'll look a little different in his new form. We'll see. Randall, finish it out.
Yes, I am playing Quentin Queen, the Eloquence Bard, who did almost die for the second time at the hands of a hag. Well, I guess this time it was sort of a mix of the hag and gravity, but I mean, who's counting?
Was
And your own
gravity.
stupid decisions.
I mean, it was what it did. It accomplished what I wanted it to accomplish.
Because
But,
Bobby was feeling nice.
Hey, there are no mechanics in the world of D&D for gravity. Just says you take damage if you land.
You had some weird teleport idea that didn't really truly work
I
out.
mean, in my mind, the physics of fantasy magic, once you teleport, you lose all inertial force. But I
don't know.
mean, who knows? Teleportation and magic are weird. Magic's
Yeah.
weird is like the best explanation of why something happened weirdly in D&D. But yeah, I'm playing Quentin Queen, who has experienced a near-death experience for the second time, and I don't know what he's looking forward to or even at for the future right now.
Yeah. He took I think a downward spiral here. No pun intended.
I mean, after he lost his best friend Bobby, the only thing he has to look forward to is the bottom of the bottle, right? So, here we
That's
are.
very true. If somebody's got to be drunk in the party, and if Boppy's not here to do it, then I guess Quentin's got it, because half of the rest of the party are minors. So
That's very true. Got a young group of player characters here.
yeah, everybody came into the party with fake IDs, and then halfway into the night of drinking, we're like, by the way, I got to get to biology class tomorrow.
Got a test coming up. All right, here we go, everybody. Wild Beyond the Witchlight episode 23. So, as you all head out of Granny Nightshade's compound, Loomlurch, you can hear in the distance the sounds of fighting and trying to calm and tame that young wormling dragon that Squirt had summoned. Squirt also with you. I'll just briefly remind the party and the viewers, the NPCs that you have. In tow, you have Squirt, the oil can, who is your guide, someone who knows how to get to and from Jan and thither. He is literally an awakened or an enchanted oil can. CJ was role-playing him in the previous episodes. He did a great job. Fantastic way to bring this character to life. And he loved the children so much that he really urged you to go and save them. And you did. You have all of the getaway gang in tow. Willow the Wild being their leader, and all the kids kind of regroup, meet up, except for Pud, the one that betrayed you, Christian, betrayed Boomy.
Yep.
And you have a dwarf, a male dwarf, an older dwarf, someone who was imprisoned in Loomlurch. In fact, in the kitchen, as you were trying to escape, you saw he was underneath in a small little cell underneath the floor, covered by a grate that was locked. I think, Siggy, it was you who saved the dwarf. He, in turn, helped with the group get escape. He was able to carry out Boomy's body, and Lemon saved his life. So, you finally make it to a safe distance in the woods outside of Loomlurch. You maybe have have walked or ran for maybe half an hour or so, so you know you're clear of danger, and then you stop. And everyone now, just a little bit tired, out of breath, can talk. Go ahead. Discuss.
Well, that went about as well as expected. I mean,
You certainly have lower expectations.
we didn't really have much of a plan going into this, honestly, and I'm, to be fair, I actually think it's kind of went better than expected. I really didn't think we'd rescue anybody. I kind of thought we would all die.
You thought we would all die?
Well, I mean, we were going in to deal with a hag and all of her minions, and our plan was distract her so someone could climb through a window and rescue children. We didn't even know she had a dragon. Did you know she had a dragon?
I did not know about the dragon. Although if I did, I don't know if it would have deterred me, as it seems that the dragon became more of a boon than a burden.
And somebody must be looking over us, because that was sheer luck. But I have to get to making my next Charles. Honestly, I'm getting kind of sick of having to rebuild this thing.
You could always name him something different. Maybe it'll make it feel better.
No, that
Less
would
of
be
a replacement and more of a new friend.
that would besmirch the memory of Charles. I just wouldn't feel right.
I like the name Chuck. You could go with Chuck. Lemon retorts.
Chuck, what do you think I'm building? This is supposed to be a butler. I don't think I've ever met a butler named Chuck. In fact, I don't think I know anybody named Chuck.
I will say, as far as nicknames go, being Chuck is definitely low on the list. I mean, it's. I don't know if there are other ones besides Charlie. I guess Charlie would be appropriate, but I don't think that's really in the right direction for you either.
I'm probably just going to stick with Charles. And then he turns around and faces the kids and says, "Oh, is everyone okay? Does anyone need anything?"
Is everyone okay?
I don't know. I'm talking to the children.
This is you,
Oh, the
Bob.
children. Oh, the children. Oh.
Yeah. Line.
Damn kids.
Will, being the leader, will kind of look. He's been assessing everyone, and he says, outside of emotional trauma, I think everyone's healthy. We're all here in one piece. Even Penelope has her prize pig.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Prize.
Are you all going to be okay out there? It seems we will be departing for a time, and, well, we didn't exactly kill the hag, so she's still, here.
Well, perhaps we should rest with them and stay with them one night to be there if she comes to attack them.
Yes, if there's anything that we've learned, we are experts at defending children from hags.
Well, perhaps we could do this at the sentient tree. That might be an excellent thing to have on our side.
Yeah, back at Little Oak. Yeah, Little Oak will protect us.
Yes, I will say, well, I understand the defensive capabilities of a treant. It's not exactly inconspicuous.
What do you mean? This is a forest. It could just act like another tree.
Isn't Little Oak easily 30 feet taller than any other tree in the forest?
He is a very large tree, but Little Oak will also protect us. He'll make sure that even if she knows where we are, she's not going to want to come near him.
So why the fuck didn't we bring Little Oak? Pardon my language. I've gotten used to swearing
here.
near children.
All the little
You're still a
children like
child.
cover their
I
ears.
go and murder things with you.
The bigger
I'm not a
children
My
child.
cover their
sense
ears.
of age is becoming quite skewed.
Siggy looks offended at being called a child.
All the kids are like potty mouth.
Yes, I'll put a quarter in the jar. I'll swear off of it. No sweets for the night. Whatever I must do.
I'm going to be honest, children. You've been in the company of a hag for hell knows how long, so I'm sure you've seen and heard worse things than a few curse words.
Yes, you.
They all
actually,
agree.
most of you just witnessed a living doll try to stab. Actually, not try. Successfully, repeatedly stab our friend Boomy,
Who is still
almost to
unconscious.
death.
Yeah.
You've witnessed an attempted
A little
murder.
blood.
I think I can swear.
Is Boomy? He's stabilized, right? We stabilized him last time.
Boomy's long.
Yes,
dead.
otherwise you'd be rolling death saves right now.
Okay.
I'm stabilized, but I'm still. I don't think I have that much health.
You're not
don't have
conscious,
much
right?
health.
You're just.
Yeah.
Or are
But-
you? Okay.
No,
I
he's
think I
unconscious.
would've-
But
Well, when
I
we
think
level up, we get our the new spell slots, right?
yeah,
We don't get our old ones back.
Yeah, you leveled up last episode.
That's why. Okay,
Yes.
that's why I have 8.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
health.
So they would have gotten their hit points. In.
Yep. So
So
Okay,
you are
I was
awake.
wondering where. Okay.
yeah, so we'll say after a short rest or so, you can rise. Not a big deal. Obviously, they're not in combat. There's no danger around you, so your character come up so you can be part of this.
That's. I'm just like in a real struggled voice. Just I need to rest.
Let's go to Little Oak and
Yes.
take a rest.
And
I need
as
some
your
candy.
candy,
How about we get some vegetables?
I think candy's a good idea.
all the kids
Candy.
cheer.
How about candy tomorrow? We all almost died. I think we need some fiber.
I think we need to celebrate not dying. And that candy we tried back at the Hag's place was terrible. I want some real good candy.
Yeah, candy.
Will, do you have any candy back at the tree?
We always
I'm
have
sure you do.
candy back at Little Oak.
Wonderful. Let's go.
We can make s'mores.
Yes, s'mores. That's a good idea.
That gave
Something
Boomy like a
can.
second wind, and he's walking.
Yeah.
He's ready to go. He's moving.
Siggy will make direct eye contact with Quentin and be like stick her tongue out. I'll have
Squirt,
candy if I want to.
Squirt will be like, you guys, you got. I don't eat s'mores, but I got some extra boggle oil that we could fill me up with. So maybe somebody can help me with that.
You have extra bugger oil and it's not inside you. Where are you keeping it?
Yeah, no. I had one of the kids before we left. He scooped some up off the floor. Isn't that right? What's your name, Peter Paul? He looks over one of the kids, and the kid's like, I don't know which kid is this. We'll just say
Mary.
There's no children named Mary. Yvelda. Yvelda, the 8-year-old female. She's actually a goblin. Yvelda, and she's like holding up a little small container, like a little tin cup that she had picked up, scooped some boggle oil with.
So, how long exactly will that keep you going for?
It'll keep me going for quite some time. Maybe a week or 2 or 10 or. I just
Well,
can't
you seem to
exert
have
myself.
No idea. I feel that you should probably cherish every moment because it sounds like you won't be around for much longer.
I'll be listen here, you. I'll be around for as long as I need to. I just need to get some more oil, so somebody's gonna have
Just
to
so
go.
you're going to send these children back to get boggle oil from the hag. Children, I think you're better off maybe setting some oil aside for when you really need it.
Listen,
little-
Uncle Squirt knows how much oil to use. All right, I'll be all right.
I just want to point it out. Everything you're saying in the presence of children is terrible.
I can. The children love me.
That added to the list.
The girl's like, "Don't worry, Uncle Squirt. We'll keep your boggle oil ready."
You know
All
what?
right, so-
You know what an immediate red flag is when children start referring to an adult as uncle, and then not related. That is an immediate red flag.
Sounds like somebody didn't have an Uncle Squirt.
Actually,
Yeah.
many cultures it is
I-
traditional to refer to external people in your family, but that you're close, or that are not in your family, but that you're close to, as
Yeah,
uncle and aunt.
listen to the
So,
fairy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
that was less Siggy, that was more Dasha, but
I was gonna
yes,
say that-
Siggy
that
can say that
didn't-
too. No, that was not. Siggy does not know that. That is like way above her head.
Siggy, are you Polish?
Yes. No. Who knew? I did my ancestry.com, got my results back, just found out.
Half fairy, half Polish.
Exactly.
All right, so you head back, and as you're just about to leave,
Half fairy.
The
half
dwarf,
Polish.
uh,
Not a Polish fairy. Half fairy, half Polish.
half fairy, half Polish. The
Polish.
the dwarf
A new race in
that is
a
in
new
tow.
playable race in D&D.
Polish.
Coming to Spelljammer.
You want to add some realism to your games, all right? Anyway, the dwarf speaks up as he's been kind of just listening to this conversation, and the dwarf, he's got basic common clothes on. It's kind of ragged though, and he looks up, and I think he still has manacles. Or did somebody take them off? I forget.
I think I took them off, probably
Okay,
with my
probably,
lockpicking, but I'm
yeah.
not sure.
Either way, you
I
can.
mean, it's also
you
been
can.
time. We probably.
Yeah.
There's been time.
If I haven't already, I would do it right now.
It's fine, yeah. And the dwarf will, like most people do when they get handcuffs off, rub their wrists and speak up, and will tell you. I've been watching these children while I was in that prison. I can say for one, they're good kids, all of them, and I'll stay with them. I'll be their protector. The name is Elkhart. Sorry, I
Elkhart.
mispronounced his name. His name's Elkhorn. Elkhorn.
Elkhorn. It's nice to meet you, Elkhorn.
Is that a name I've heard, being lost in these woods forever?
No, it is not. No, it's brand new to you.
I must say, Elkhorn, if you do prefer some new branding, Elkhart is actually tremendous. Especially if there's a hag hunting you. Changing up your brand isn't just something that you need to do when there's a magical Baba Yaga type figure hunting you, but it could really be helpful. And also, Elkhorn sounds a lot like Alicorn, and that could be confusing.
I can see what you mean, but I can't go by any other name than the one given to me. Not to mention, the leader of my group is called Strongheart, so they would conflict.
What is this group that you're part of?
He smiles wide, and he gets excited to talk about his crew. I have a few companions. We call ourselves Valor's Call.
And what
Is that
do you
like
do?
like a superhero squadron or something?
You might say that. There's a few of us. My companions include Strongheart. He's a leader of the group, a knight of true honor. Wrigglerun. He's our mage. Mercion, our cleric, and Molliver, our thief.
Oliver.
Siggy's eyes will light up when he says thief. She's like, ooh, a friend.
And I was supposed to be the group's vanguard, but we've grown apart.
I'm afraid I don't know that class.
Why did you grow apart, and how did you end up in Bavlorna's... No, not Bavlorna's. Granny Nightshades.
Granny Nightshades.
Granny
yeah.
Nightshades. Cellar. Kitchen cellar.
Well, we fight for justice, but there's another group that opposes us. The League of Malevolence. You must have heard of them.
Name.
Aye, the League. Yes, the League of Malevolence. A coalition of villains. Kellic, Warduke, Skyla, Zargash, Zarek. None of these names come to ring a bell, no?
That's oddly, it seems like I'm now on a Saturday morning serial cartoon for children.
Yeah, even the consonant and vowel changes are very distinct from the heroes to the villains. It's almost like even phonetically they were doomed for villainy.
Well, we fought a mighty battle. And I believe that our group won, but I wouldn't know it. I was knocked unconscious. I woke up here.
And is this league in the employ of Scabatha? Why would you wake up in her home?
That's a great question. I don't know. You see, the League, we caught up with them here in Prismere. They're at the Palace of Heart's Desire.
Do I know of that?
It has been spoken of before, yes. It's where Zabilna lives.
Oh. Lives or lived?
That's her home. I mean, you've heard that she was also, you know, these hags did something to her, so you don't know what's going on, but that's her home.
Do I know which province of Prismere that it's in?
It's in neither of them. The dwarf continues. Are you talking to the dwarf or are you asking me?
I mean, I was asking you, but I'm fine if it's explained in character as well.
Yeah. It's in neither. It's its own distinct location here in the domain. We came because Strongheart heard that they were up to no good. We came for a good fight, and obviously, I got the worst of it.
So when you say you and your group grew apart, you didn't have an argument, you just were separated because
No, we were... Yes, I was clubbed. I don't know who did it, but I'll find out.
And while you were in prison, were you ever questioned or asked to do anything?
That's the worst of it. Nothing. In fact, it seemed like Granny lost interest in me altogether, right from the start. She spoke to me once and then threw me scraps of food. Then she stopped. The children kept me alive. Bless their hearts.
I was confused for a moment. I thought you were saying that the worst part of your imprisonment was that you weren't tortured for information. All right.
I was left there with just me, my thoughts.
How long?
I don't know. Maybe for months. You now notice as you're speaking to the dwarf that he's actually very, very thin by dwarf standards. Looks like he hasn't had a true meal in a long time. And he's a bit on the older side. He looks like he's a person who may have lost a step in athleticism.
Damn, which for a dwarf, that means like, are we talking like 400s?
Yeah, like he looks like he's old, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I mean,
And
he's still capable of fighting, but yeah.
Where is this group of yours based? Perhaps your other party members returned home?
We're from the material plane, of course. But
Where
I don't know if there's a way back. Where?
Mm-hmm. Like which town?
It's a great question. I think it's...
They could pull the
Greyhawk.
Professor Oscar and pick a different town every time.
Every time. Just do the greatest hits.
This is like a D&D canon, so I know that there's a total place for them to be. I'll find out.
But you said that the League, they're based out of the Heart's Desire. Heart of Desire? Heart's Desire?
The
Palace
League
of
is
Heart's
the evil
Desire.
ones.
Yes.
And the heart of the cards, yes.
Yes. So the evil ones are based out of Zabilna's either home or previous home. We don't really know. And Zabilna was affected or had something done to her by the hags, and after losing or maybe succeeding in the battle, I don't know, you don't know, no one knows, against these people, you found yourself imprisoned by a hag. I would be remiss if I was to say that there were no connections here.
You're probably right.
Well, I know I'm right.
Wait a second. Hold on. Can you get us to this place, the Heart's Desire? Because I feel like a lot of this could be solved if we could just wake Zabilna up.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember how to get there.
Oh, that's convenient.
I am not the so-called brains of my operation. He kind of chuckles. And at my old age, I must say I feel like I'm a bit more forgetful.
How
where
long
has
were
your
you
group-
with? Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go first, I'll go next.
All right. How long were you with your adventuring party?
You mean in like his lifetime?
Yes. I mean, how long have you been with them?
Probably maybe like 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
And would
Most
they have
of these
left without you?
Yes, that's.
I don't believe they would have left without me, but you know, for the greater good perhaps they might have to.
But they
I
could
trust
still be
Strongheart.
here. They could still be here waiting for you.
It's possible. I don't know how much time has really passed, but if they're here, then I feel they will come. But until then,
Perhaps-
I
let's
can
hope they
be
didn't
these
think you. Let's hope they didn't think you were dead after being clubbed over the head like a baby seal.
I wouldn't blame them if they did.
Very specific metaphor.
I wouldn't blame them if they did. But until then, I can be these children's protector.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yes.
Do we know how to get to Loonlurch?
Well, yes, we
The
just
Palace of Heart's Desire?
No. Where's the next place we're supposed to be going? I'm sorry.
Yan.
Yan, that's it. Yan.
We have to go to Yon. My brother's there.
I know where to go. I've been there before. I could get you wherever you need to go with whatever you need. I can get you there.
How have you been there before?
Squirt?
Yes. Weren't you created by Scabatha and escaped with the children?
Actually, I was actually from Yan first, but then I went to Scabatha because she needed an oil can, and then she kind of like invigorated me or whatever. So, I kind of know my way around these parts.
So it was like a work abroad sort of program.
Yeah, I've been to a couple places. I know a couple people too. You want to get to the palace? I get you there.
I'm typically not one to question our abilities, but we just got the shit kicked out of us by that singular hag, and I don't. It sounds like this league are quite formidable opponents. I don't think that it would be. I don't think it would be prudent to go up against them, especially without knowing what is fully even going on.
Well,
We
that's
still
why
don't
we're
know.
not going against them. We're going to Yon first, and then
Yes.
to the palace. Then we'll have more skills and perhaps more allies.
Yes,
My
and
brother,
then
maybe.
perhaps we can spend some time in the woods killing boggles for a few weeks, and just get used to things.
I
Fine.
think first we need to go back to the tree, have a snack, have some candy, so Boomy can be revived.
Please
Boomy?
help.
But is Boomy dead?
I'm
Boomy?
just incredibly in pain. Everything hurts.
Quick, Will, do you have any candy on you right now?
Why are we treating candy like it's morphine?
It is. Will, do you have candy? Does he
I'm
have any
sorry.
candy?
How old are you again?
None of your business. Does Will have any candy on him?
Not on him, but he has it back at the Little Oak.
Sad.
Turn
Okay,
to,
well,
turn to Quentin. Is she 5? Are we traveling with a 5-year-old?
No, I understand the confusion. Yeah, she is small because she's a fairy. No, she's a teenager. She's a young woman. She's 16.
This is having me
But,
cast
Amy,
some.
I kid, I'd probably go to a lower tone as they're going up and talking, and as I'm talking to Oscar, I kid with them. That's they realistically they're probably more adult than most adults that are in the world. They've experienced things, and that's really what makes a person some number of years. It's experience. And,
I'm
well,
sorry. Did
Boomy's
we
almost-
suddenly appear on a talk show? What are you doing?
Right now, it looks like Boomy's experiencing some catastrophic pain. So,
Yes, pain. Yes, pain ages you tremendously. I feel like I've aged years in the few weeks I've been here.
Yes, let's go to the tree
Just
so
hope my
he
skin
stops
doesn't show it.
aging.
I feel like you really like to hear the sound of your own voice, Quentin.
I absolutely do. It's literally my job.
I start
Strong-
dragging myself to the tree.
Elkhorn will say
Siggy's
one.
gonna-
I'll say
Go ahead.
Elkhorn will say one last thing because in regards to you said you wanted to get to the palace. He does remember a little bit about how he got there. They traveled on a large stone causeway. However, you already know that large stone causeway has been destroyed. So without that, he doesn't know his way around Prismere enough to guide you there. But Squirt, he seems to have some idea.
Okay, let's go to the tree, and then after we rest a night, Squirt can take us to Jan, and then even further to the palace.
Well, I don't know if I could take you all the way to the palace. You see, well, when I got, made and stuff, I was in like Jan, and I didn't really go to the palace or anything, but I know somebody who could take you there. This guy, I think I mentioned, goes by the name Amador. Do you remember this when I told you this?
No, I have literally no memory of this.
I think I told you this. I said I know a guy. He's just dandy. He's real nice guy. He'll take you all the way to the palace if you need to. I'm sure.
Is he in Jan?
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's a great, perfect. He's there. Yeah.
It's
you're
like this
saying-
is on.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
So you're saying that in each of these three connective provinces, there is one specific person that can get us to the next one, and then immediately must depart because they can go no further.
Well, it's not that I could go with you, I guess, but I just miss these darn kids too much, So.
Oh, so your plan is to come back?
Oh yeah. I'll bring you all the way to Jan. If we find some more boggle oil on the way, I wouldn't really mind that. But then I'll head back, and you guys can do your thing and fight the League of Evil and the malevolent bad guys. And I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. You do that. You do guys.
Sounds
do
like
you.
a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nowhere near a plan. It's really just a string of ideas that were put together. But
What do I know? I'm an oil can. You guys do your thing.
that's very true. You are.
Siggy will begin walking towards wherever the tree is. I don't know if Boomy's walking or being carried, but
Can
Boomy
anyone
needs a
carry
stretcher.
Boomy? Yeah, I don't know if any of us can. He's wearing like plate armor. Like I
Yeah.
don't think any of us can carry Boomy.
I don't know.
Elkhorn will carry you.
Okay. Let's go talk
Alright.
more at the tree with some snacks.
Yes. You get to the tree. A little oak will let you rest inside his hollow or on the branches or in the treehouse, wherever you feel most comfortable. The kids are all going to be playing on the swings and the area outside of the tree. S'mores are being made. Dinner is being cooked up. What would kids have here? What do they have? Chicken nuggets? Pizza?
I think
Hot
Siggy would
dogs.
make like a charcuterie board out of candy.
The
I
kids
know
would eat...
nuggets.
Oh, out of candy.
Yeah. No, so there's some like
Okay.
Twizzlers, there's some lollipops, there's a little like ramekin of that like powder that you can like dip candy into and it makes it sour.
Fun
There's
dip?
that.
You know, the
Yeah,
thunder
yeah.
pattern.
Yeah, some like M&M type candies, some chocolate, maybe some chocolate covered strawberries, and then another one with like a charcuterie board of like chicken nugget-esque food.
Dino nugs.
Chicken nuggets.
Exactly.
What is
That's a-
chicken
Bobby,
nugget S?
Bobby, I got it, Bobby. For your next series, you have to do like a cooking expose from all the different adventures, and we'll throw that on there.
That'll be a good one. That'll get tens of views.
You can totally just write a
potato.
cookbook with recipes from each of your campaigns.
Cooking with Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, if you do it like a TikTok, you
Stovetop
get way
Bob.
more than tens of
Stovetop
views.
Stovetop Bob. Yeah, you're right. You're right. What did you say? TikTok? That would totally get views.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Okay.
will literally watch anything on
Yeah.
TikTok.
And I just gave you your first video idea: candy and chicken nugget-esque food charcuterie boards.
All right, I'm writing it
Please
down,
on separate
Basha.
boards.
Listen, I mean, if you do up the production value and make it real D&D like, you're gonna get views, I guarantee.
Cooking show, Stovetop Bob. Got it.
Stovetop Bob.
Man, I should have put a TM at the end of that.
TM, yep.
Fuck. Damn, I just lost revenue.
All right, so you sleep, you rest, you get your full, not full HP back, but you get your full complement of spells back, and you are ready to go. If you need to roll hit dice, roll it. And I'm not going to switch over to the Roll20 screen for this. Just everyone, when you're done with your HP, let me know like what you're at, and let the viewers know. And then if you have any other questions for the children, you can
How
ask.
many hit die do we get back?
Half your hit dice, so you get 2 at the end of this rest.
Where the hell am I?
And you also, I'll do Song of Rest. Since we're treating long rests kind of like short
And what's that
rest,
give
so
everybody?
Everyone gets an extra D6.
Gotcha. Okay.
Pretty sure it's still a D6. I don't think my Bardic Inspiration changes for another level.
Where on this sheet are my hit die? Why can't I find it?
On D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
should be top, middle, right. Something there.
Top, middle, right.
I think so. By your hit points, no?
So since this is the Exodus episode for Thither, for my Song of Rest, I will actually sing this song because it won't have as much bearing in the next area. So as we rest down and start getting a little bit more relaxed after Siggy and Boomy are in their candy comas, I would take out my my lute or my lyre and begin to kind of pluck. And for the Song of Rest,
Before
I
you
would
sing. Before you sing.
Before
you
I sing. Okay.
It's you click on the short rest or long rest, whatever it is, short rest, and it'll show you your hit dice. It's up top right, short rest. If you click short rest, it'll show you on the sidebar your hit dice check boxes. You'll just have to do that when you do a long rest as well, because we're doing long rests a little differently. But Randall, I can't wait to hear this Song of Rest. I want to feel rested.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, feeling this is a little bit more, not somber, but grim, because
Ooh.
Quentin almost died today. In olden days, the Fade go flocking, 'cause thither was something rocking, but now God knows everything blows.
Wow.
Good people used to come and set the herds, now only we have wetter birds drowning slow. Everything blows. Yeah,
Hello.
he's in his blue period.
Yeah. He had a near-death experience.
Amazing.
2.
Siggy will throw some M&Ms at you.
No, those are hard.
But tasty.
I'm going to reconstruct Charles.
When they hit you in the eye.
Reconstruct him.
I want to do something though.
So I'm just gonna, so I don't have to reset it. I'm just gonna roll 2d6.
I used 2 hit dice plus the song of the extra d6, and I got up to 33 out of 35.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I would have actually probably given you one of my healing words since you were really messed up.
Okay, so you could be at full.
So you would be at full, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I got healed by Oscar. That was how I got back up, and I think Oscar rolled like maximum on the roll.
All right.
How much to the Song of Rest give again?
An extra D6. I'm making sure. I think it's just an extra D6. I'm double checking though.
Okay.
Yeah, extra D6.
Okay.
As long as you spend a hit die.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I will do that. I think I had done this at the end of last time, so I wasn't sure exactly what I had rolled, but I will. I think I'm back up to full with that. 27 out of 27.
Okay, cool.
Wow, that was
And Mike, are you
a
full?
roll.
I was at full. I didn't really take much damage in that fight, so
True. The couches
mostly
could not hurt
spent-
you.
yeah, kind of was just stuck in a chair.
I'll spend another hit die.
All right. So at this point, you're all healed up. You've rested. You've reconstructed Charles. You've done a song of rest. You've said your farewells to the children, Elkhart, and Squirt is leading you off to the north. Yeah, you're headed north.
Oh.
Now, do you have a question, Randall, or?
No, I stupidly rolled D6s instead of D8s for my hit dice. I have to.
Gotcha. Okay. We roll. Just let me know if anything changes. All right. So you head out and follow Squirt. Now, all along, Squirt is his usual self, talking it up and explaining to you how Jan's a little different than the rest of the domains in Prismere. He's going to tell you that Endelyn Moongrave, who's the hag that seems to be in control of Jan, she's pretty awful. She loves the theater. He'll also tell you that she often has her subjects be a part of her awful plays that she creates, even if they don't want to. The land of Jan is a stark contrast to the swamps or the forests of hither and thither. This land is basically a large, rocky mountain. There is quite a bit of storms at almost all times. The storms are pretty violent, and if you get caught up in one, it could be pretty dangerous. Also, to note is that because of the terrain, there are very few paths that you can go by, so hiding is kind of hard to do as well. And as you start to traverse through the mists that surround the domain, you realize you are no longer in thither. The road becomes rocky beneath you, and you start to climb. Elevation gets higher and higher and higher until you realize you're standing on a path that winds between rocky crags on a mountainside. The sky is dark and full of roiling thunderclouds. You're greeted by a howling wind. For a second, lightning splits the sky, striking a nearby mountaintop and illuminating a distant pinnacle of rock that is foreboding castle carved out of it. I'm actually going to switch us to our Roll20 view now, and I'm going to show you what you see. I'm actually going to, unlike the other domains where I kind of hid the view, I'm going to actually make this visible. So give me 1 second to make sure everything looks right before yeah, this should be good. Can you see the entire map?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. I've got the player view up, so you can probably see what people are seeing at home. So, I'm going to place you, but let me just make a couple things visible on the GM view. There you go. So there's Jan. And let's see. Do we have a party token? I think we do, right? Yeah, we do. Okay. Okay.
I'm getting Mordor vibes from this.
Mordor?
But with
Yeah.
with a theater degree.
All right. So the token is right here. You climb up and you realize that Squirt was kind of following along a certain path and then found the road, the lost connection of that road that has been destroyed, the Queen's Way, and followed it up, and you kind of climbed up the ridge along alongside it. And the feature that I was talking about is this one right here. This looks like it is carved out of the mountaintops, a castle, a fortress. And yeah, here, so the nearby mountains that are struck, you can see they have these like large rods at the top. And when lightning strikes, it seems to be drawn to these lightning rods, and the lightning illuminates the sky. So while not everything here is visible at all times, it is visible often, because once the lightning strikes, the entire land opens up and you're at an elevated position. You see everything. So that's why I'm putting the lighting on, because everything that you can see here is like on an elevated position along with you. So when lighting flashes, you see all the other elevated positions and what's here. Do you have any questions for me about the map? Any questions?
I as an artificer, would I be able to make some kind of check to see if those spires are literally just lightning rods or if they maybe have another purpose?
You could. Give me, what do you think? Investigation, insight, or is this like a history or something like that?
Investigation sounds good to me.
I think that's right. You're gonna think about how these machines probably work.
That's not good. An awful roll. A 10.
A 10, you say, huh?
Yep.
Well, I actually don't think it's that bad. I think with the 10, you can sense that these types of lightning rods are probably used to power something. They harness electricity. Not necessarily sure what else more than that, but they probably have a purpose more than just diverting the lightning.
Gotcha. Okay.
I see a few bodies of water. Do these look like, size-wise, do they look like, I guess, lakes that could house very large creatures in them? Or are they kind of smaller, shallow, just collections of water from rain?
From the distance you're at, because you're kind of elevated above that water there, especially the one to the northwest of you, it's the closest one. I would say you'd have to get a little closer to inspect it, but it's big. It's not small.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not small at all. But the size, maybe something of like a large fish. We're talking like, you want to talk about like blue whale or something, or like, I don't think that, but
Okay.
but something like a large fish, maybe a
I see
monster.
2 castles on this map. Which one is the Hag's castle?
It's a great question. It's a great question. You do notice both, though. Then I'll just scroll out a little bit for the viewers. I think you're referring to this one down below. Correct? That's the second castle?
Yeah, that's one.
Yep.
And then,
And
there's
then the one
above.
up here that you saw on your climb up. That was the
Yes.
one that kind of drew your attention first. But now that you're perceiving the land, yeah, there's more. There's another castle down here, it looks like, perhaps. Yep.
Squirt, do you know which one of these is moon graves?
Oh yeah, that one up there to the north. That's where I was before. So that's definitely Moongrave's her place.
What's the one down there?
I think that's some sort of a mine or something like that.
Bob, just FYI, I don't think you're streaming the Roll20 view for the viewers.
Lovely. Oh, you're 100% right. All this time, Dasha. Here you go. Sorry, buddy. Look at that. Here's the map. Yeah, let's. I'm gonna show you the whole thing, and then I'll zoom in at some of the parts we've been talking about. So, they entered here by the causeway. They can. They were talking about this body of water. Dasha thinks a big fish might be living in there. Then there's the place that Squirt had mentioned and that they had saw coming up that looks like a castle. That is Endelyn Moongrave's home. Squirt will tell you that's called... it's called Motherhorn. And the lightning arcing is off these big copper spires on the mountaintops is what you were looking at, Mike. And then down here, this little big, huge, looks like a castle as well. Squirt told you is some sort of mine. And now,
Yeah, I would just ask Squirt, like, what's the lay of the land? Like, other than the mine of the castle, if you're from here, do you have any idea what else is here? I know it's very mountainous, but
yeah, when I was here, I told you, I was kind of like a regular old oil can, so I don't remember much of the places. I just got a couple of the places in here and there. Who's that? Someone's coming. You see that? And you turn on the causeway. You could see a figure standing, walking towards you. It's a slender female elf. She is wearing a crescent moon mask, and she is walking over to you, and I think she notices you just about at the same time Squirt points her out. She holds up her hands as if to show you that she means no harm. What do you do?
Does she look on the younger side, or is she like an older woman or elf?
With the mask of that crescent moon on her face, it's kind of hard to tell. But she's an adult. She definitely doesn't look like a child.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
Yes, hi. Are you are you with she looks around trying to see anybody around. Do you know where perhaps Amador went?
Amador, that's Squirt's friend, no?
Oh yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, he's a good guy. Hey, who are you? And she says, "Oh, I don't mean to intrude. I've been looking for Amador. I hope that perhaps he had found you and that you were looking for me."
Why are you looking for him? Has he gone missing? How long has he been gone?
Yes, well, I could... She looks a little either embarrassed or she's got some sort of strange way she's kind of going around her discussion here. She seems to be a bit more shy than she first approached. She says, I knew Amador. He and I were here in this land. We got separated, and I was hoping to find him. Are you friend or?
I think we're friend. Here, have some candy.
She'll. What are you offering her?
Maybe like one of the leftover Twizzler-like candies, like licorice from the charcuterie board.
Wow, candy. I haven't seen candy in quite some time. She'll grab it from you and look at you and see, like, kind of look for your approval if it's okay to eat it.
Mm-hmm. She'll nod enthusiastically. Try it. Tell me if you like it.
Yeah, she'll chew it quickly. She'll, like, take one big snap off of it and start to chomp away. Lightning crashes in the sky, and you can notice something, all of you. If you have a passive perception of 10 or higher, you can notice that she has no shadow when the lightning flashes. And no shadows cast. She eats it, and she finishes chewing and says, "That was delicious. I thank you. I'm just going to be on my way, though, if you don't mind, looking for my friend."
Didn't we meet somebody else without a shadow?
I think
no
you're
idea.
right, but I do not remember
It
who.
feels vaguely familiar.
Look back in the notes.
I'm
Question
trying to
mark.
figure out- I don't remember.
It would
wasn't-
be in the
was
notes.
it maybe the gold spinner? The guy who was spinning gold, did he have? Was it maybe he didn't have a shadow? Is that who I'm thinking? of?
There were shadows in that place. It wasn't that he didn't... I don't think he didn't have one. His shadow was being, like, tormented by the other shadows.
Okay. Maybe that was it.
And that was, what's his name, in the Clint Eastwood in the cave at the beginning of Thither.
My lady, I must ask, your mask, what is its significance?
Listen, I don't mean to be rude. I don't really know you, and I'm going to just try and find my friend, if that's okay.
But we may be looking for him too.
Yes.
So you are looking for Amador, or...
Well, we just got here. We haven't really decided exactly where we're going next. We're trying to get the lay of the land, but yes, looking for Amador was on our itinerary.
Give me a persuasion check, Randall.
Absolutely. It's a 19.
19. She'll say, "Oh, that's really good to hear. Then you're some of the good ones, then."
Well, I would say so.
Who are the bad ones?
Well, anyone who's on Endelyn Moongrave's side, of course.
Can I
Oh
roll an
yes, then we're
insight
definitely
check
the good ones.
on that.
What, do you want to make a check at insight?
Yeah. Can I roll an insight check on that of like seeing if she's doing the like?
Yeah, if anybody wants to make one, you can.
Yeah, like fuck the king, like kind of deception. That's a 8. Great at lying, bad at spotting.
You hate to see it.
Siggy
says,
fully doesn't even try to insight. She's like, "Oh, we are also not on Moongrave's side. We are trying to actively maybe get into her palace and maybe get someone out who is currently trapped in there. Can you help us?"
Wonderful. Yeah, because I know a bunch of frogs that are trying to start a revolution, so... She's lying. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't say that. No, she does not say that. But she will tell you that she has no goodwill towards Endelyn Moongrave. She says, "Well, I guess I can trust someone who's a friend of Amador, or looking for Amador's help." And
she's coming from the broken portion of this causeway. Like,
she was
she's coming from like this direction.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
My
She
lady,
says,
where are you coming from? I didn't think there was anything down in that direction.
She says, "The name is Gleam."
Gleam.
Yeah, you asked about my mask? I'm a performer at the Witchlight Carnival.
Wait, Gleam.
Mm-hmm. My sister, my twin sister. We perform a high trapeze act, acrobatics.
Would we have seen them at the carnival?
I think we've heard of her.
You did not see her at the carnival, but there were trapeze and other acrobats there. She says that her sister, Glister, they were both they were twins, and they were acrobatic duo. We were star performers in the Witchlight Carnival, and my sister, we're trapped. We were kidnapped by Endelyn, and she's still there.
I'm also looking for my twin who was kidnapped and is with Endelyn.
Wait, were you kidnapped?
I was not. I was kicked out of the carnival, but 8 years ago my twin brother, Rowan, was taken when we tried to sneak in. I admit we were wrong to sneak in, but he's been gone all this time, and we've just found out that he is being kept prisoner by Endelyn. We've come from the carnival ourselves, just a few days ago.
Oh, dear. Well, this is bad. She's horrible.
How bad?
I
She,
actually think that this is good. Before, moments ago, you were walking down this causeway, wildly alone, looking for your twin sister, on a fool's errand of going into a hag's home, and we were doing quite the same.
Oh no, I wasn't looking for my sister. I know where she is. She's in Motherhorn. I'm trying to get out. The road's blocked. The road is collapsed.
Where's Motherhorn?
That's
Motherhorn
where
is the
Endelyn lives,
castle.
and she points up as the lightning crackles in the sky. She points up to
she
the
said that you have
castle
to get
the
your
north.
sister out, right?
I'd love to, but I don't think there's any chance of that.
We have to try. I have to get Rowan out.
Yes, don't you see how your situation has wildly improved over the last few moments? We plan to go there. We are not leaving Yon without going there.
And we should also mention we are in the company of the Witchlight Monarch here.
Yes, that we are. Although she's not actually from Prisma, so I don't think that she's going.
Right, she's not a fae, so she looks up and she's like, "Oh, hello there."
There's like a
See,
strike
that's
of
what I-
lightning, like
that's what I was
posed, like a
Yeah.
superhero.
The monarch has arrived.
I'm glad that someone can finally knock him down a peg. The whole monarch thing has definitely been getting up.
Oh, it's a great honor. I know it well. It's just, you've seen one monarch, you've seen them all.
That's very true.
No offense, of course. I
Devastated.
She says, "Listen, I would love to save my sister. If you could do that, I don't think any of us are going to be able to defeat Endelin without Amador."
And who is this Amador more specifically? We've heard bits and pieces, but how do you know him? How could he help us?
Amador, he's the one who helped me when I was cast out by the hag. He found me. He said he was going to get me out of here. In fact, we were plotting the escape, and then as soon as we started, we were interrupted. This belligerent Cyclops came out of nowhere. He attacked, and Amador, he pulled out his rapier. He's such a hero. He said, "Stand back. I'll defeat this beast." And then as the battle was ensuing, he told me to run and find cover, and their fighting took them, and I hid. A few minutes later, I looked up, and they were gone. I don't know where they went. I searched all over, looked for hours, and now I'm trying to get out.
How long ago was this?
This was just a day ago.
And why did the hag cast you out?
Endelin is a strange individual. She has this weird belief that her demise will occur during an eclipse. And because me and my sister were twins, and in our act, I am the moon and she is the sun, together, she decided that we're the living embodiment of the moon and the sun. So she cast me out.
That sounds preposterous. Is she affected by symbolism?
I don't know, but she is very concerned about her own demise. In fact, I'd say that's her, other than her plays, that is her number one concern. I mean, I'm happy to be out, but while I was in there, it was torture. When she learned that we were twins, I think she took it out on Glister.
And what is she doing there? Why did she keep Blister?
I guess she had to pick one of us.
For what?
Her horrific plays. She creates these plays and forces us to work in them tirelessly. We work till our feet and hands are sore every night. She takes control of us.
Did you meet a boy named Rowan
Rowan.
while you were there?
There were so many. I don't think so, though. That name does not sound familiar. I don't know how long I've been here either. I feel
What
like I was at
exactly
the
is that
carnival one
other-
day.
What exactly is that other castle in the distance? I'll point to the one to the south.
To the south. I'm not quite sure. There are a couple of places that I wanted to explore myself, things that I had heard from others in Motherhorn. The mountains over there, and she points to the west, to right here. She says there's a large stone structures that hang there. I hear it's called Lockberry Henge. They're home to, it's the home to a group of Corrids. Do you know what a Corrid is? Oh, I was hoping you would know, but I haven't met a Corrid before. But a Corrid is some sort of creature that has these strange hair. It's extremely strong, like that of iron. Apparently, they're formidable, and I was hoping that maybe I could ask them to help protect me or get me out of here. I've heard they're kind.
Maybe they've seen Amador. Perhaps. they
That's a
might know
good
where he
point.
is.
Yeah, maybe Amador knows them as well. I tell you, Amador was like an angel. As soon as I was cast out, I didn't know if I would be struck by lightning, fall off a ledge. I was so concerned, and he came to my rescue.
Why is he here? What is his relationship with Endelyn?
Oh, I don't know exactly, but he hates her, that's for sure. I think his goal is to kill her.
See. What does he look like?
Oh, well, he's unmistakable. He's the true epitome of hero. When you see him, you might swoon. He is, just everything about him is honor and valor. Of course, he's about 3 feet tall. He has a yellow bulbous head, and he is a large dandelion. But he's
Siggy,
taken.
what's that?
He is
Amazing.
taken. He is taken. She's talking to you, Siggy. He is taken. So, his heart belongs to his lady, Pollinella.
Is she also a
Pa-
flower?
I'm
Oh no,
sorry,
she
did
is
you
a
say
bee. She's a bee.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
She's a what?
A bee,
Ah, I see. Well,
and not in a bad way or anything. Not as a sort of a diss, or it is. She's a insect.
Uh-huh.
That didn't make it sound better. Actually, bee sounded better than insect.
She is a bad bee, I'll tell you that.
No.
Well, perhaps we can go to the stone formation and see if we can find these. What were they called again?
The Corrids.
Corrids, and maybe they've seen Amador.
And you
Perhaps.
said that also there was a battle. Where was that? You said that a battle ensued between Cyclops and Amador for some reason?
We were
Is
just
that
walking.
there?
We were just walking along this ridge here. She'll point to the kind of like this causeway here. They had just gotten off this little causeway, and right by the lake that you were talking about, where there might be a blue whale. Right about here, that's where it was, and I ran and hid. I searched for a way out. I tried to find any way off of this place, but every time I did, I got lost or got turned around. There are so many dead ends here.
Perhaps before we go seek these cords, should we see what happened at the site? I mean, if we find the corpse of a Cyclops, then I mean, at least we know that Amador was victorious, or maybe we could find a trail somewhere. I'm not really a tracker, but I mean, a Cyclops is quite large from what I've heard. I can't imagine it's entirely.
It was large, a very large creature, very intimidating, and he seemed off his rocker.
Does Endelyn employ such creatures?
No, I didn't even know that there were Cyclops here. We have one at the carnival, actually.
Oh yeah.
So, shall we go search the area?
Agreed.
Yep.
Lemon says, I really want to meet this Amador now. I think he sounds pretty interesting. Not gonna lie.
He's taken.
For now.
Yes, he's
He
already
sounds like
been
a-
nominated.
She sounds like what you would call a homewrecker.
But listen, I mean, this bee, what's her name? Pollinella. Yeah, Pollinella, whatever. I mean, she got nothing on this. And she does like a little twirl in the air.
It seems like many of the people and creatures in this land are named purely from pun. It's quite odd. And I grew up in the Feywild, so.
I don't know. But
Foul magic is afoot.
Amador, he is a dandy, fine hero. The heart of a lion.
A dandy. Lion.
He is a dandelion. Let's head out.
Well,
Squirt says, "Now listen, you guys go do your thing, but I'm gonna I got some kids to watch over and fill up some oil, so I'll see you all a little later."
Yes, take care of them.
Yes. Thank
I
you.
really
Squirt.
hope you guys don't die. So,
We hope so too.
all right, I'm gonna head down the mists. All right, yeah, and he goes. He just floats down and off into the mists beyond. All right, you want to check out the lake first, or was there any other place you wanted to go?
Lake is fine. I'd like to.
Okay.
I'll probably wherever we go, like fly up and survey the terrain from above.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
The trip is not a long one, as you're very close to the area. Give me a survival check, though. We'll do a group one. See how quick this trip is, if anything happens while you're headed there.
I almost want to silvery barbs myself to give someone else advantage.
On a skill check?
Oh man, I'm so terrible. I'm so terrible at everything wisdom.
Dasha, do you have
Oh god.
advantage on? Or
I rolled a 3.
No, I just automatically roll with advantage. But it's a 9. I can turn
so
that off. I think.
it's looking like Oscar. Was it 24 investigation for something I missed?
I meant to roll insight, not investigation, to determine if she was, trustworthy.
Oh, so when I guess during that conversation, then you would have felt like she was very cautious and started to like backtrack, hide things. But as you started talking more, she relaxed. Her body language changed.
Gotcha. Sorry, Mr. B is very upset.
Yeah, he is. That's all right. And the survival check here, we got 16 from Boomy, 15 from Dasha, from Siggy. Oscar
It's
got
actually a
his
9.
3? Oh, 9, okay. And 3 and 16. So 16s, 2 16s, and a 9 and a 3. All right. So it's a quick trip. You head over to the lake, and when you get there, you see, what a sight you see here. 8 columns of rock reach skyward, forming a ring around a deep crater lake. Rough-hewn steps spiral up each column, and a rowboat is moored on the lakeshore next to one of them. A torch-bearing figure trudges up the stairs on the column nearest to the rowboat. 8 winged beasts with antlers shout and howl with laughter as they circle and wheel around it.
Does the
What do you
figure
do?
look like it's moving with, like, purpose, or is it being forced to go up?
The figure climbing,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like it's going up with purpose.
Okay.
It's not being forced up.
Okay.
But there are birds that are kind of flying around, and you can get to whatever height you'd like. As I mentioned, the rocks go up to... Let's see here. How high do they go up here? 200 feet. So they're pretty tall.
I'll probably go up maybe all the way, but like staying hidden behind one of the rocks so that the figure doesn't see me. And then I'll
Gotcha.
come back and report to my group what I saw.
And these are the creatures that you see. There you go.
Ooh. That looks evil.
That
Yeah.
looks awesome.
Yep.
Really
These
cool.
creatures are perched on the tops of these rocks, and they are encircling and kind of cawing, and almost sounds like laughter at the creature that is climbing. The creature's climb is humanoid. So you get a little closer, and you're doing it stealthily. You're trying to like hide behind rock and go from column to column.
Am I supposed to have that caption under it?
Yeah, probably not.
Player handout.
It has a piece of information at the bottom of it.
Gotta love Roll20 when they say player handout, and then they put some information that's like, a spoiler of some sort. So yes, ignore it if you can. But there you go. Our viewers didn't see it, which is the most important thing. So, yeah, you can. Are you doing this stealthily, or are you just kind of flying? Flying casually.
I'm flying stealthily.
Okay, roll a stealth check. Call it out.
So how big are these creatures, by the way?
They are. I'll tell you right now.
Ooh, nat 20.
Ooh.
23 total. Oh, sorry, that was Quentin's roll.
I rolled a nat 20.
You rolled a nat 20. Sorry.
Settle down.
I rolled at the exact same time. I rolled an 18, which is still pretty good.
Yeah, I have a nat 20 for 23.
I guess I cannot tell you how long the hours are.
I had rolled 20. I do have an advantage because you gave me special boots.
What are you rolling for right now? Stealth?
Yep.
Gotcha. They are medium creatures.
Pretty big for a bird.
They're medium creatures. Yeah, it's the size like a human, right? So yeah, pretty big.
Yeah.
Right. So, you stealth along. You hide behind the rocks. Some of you encroach by the shore at the ground level. But Siggy, since you're highest, you can get a better view here. You see a figure is a wood elf. He's climbing, carrying a torch, and he gets finally to the top of that closer column. And he's trying to light something. There's some sort of like a beacon atop the spire, and he's trying to light it. And as he's doing it, the birds start to swarm around and circle and use their wings to make a wind, these gusts blowing out both the beacon and the torch once he gets there. And he screams out, echoing through the entire lake area, "Will you damn birds leave me alone? God!" And he gets the torch, and you see he throws the torch down. It lands probably by the group. And he says, "Every single time!" And he starts to climb back down the long spire, 200 feet up.
I will fly back down and report what I just saw to my group. Seems like
And
there's a
this
man up
is
there.
here?
Oh, and sorry.
Which spire is that? Is that the one with the flame on it on the map?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that one.
Yes, there seems to be a very frustrated wood elf trying to light something at the top of the spire, but those dark birds are stopping him. He's very angry.
Wood elf. That seems odd for here.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think I know who that is.
Who is that?
Gleam is going to chime in. If I'm not mistaken, it's the elf prince, Aligarthus.
What is he doing here?
I don't really know, but I know that he's kind of famous. Endelin and him, he's been at Motherhorn for quite some time. They made some sort of deal. I think
Do I know that
he's
name?
trapped here too.
do I know that name as a courtier of the Summer Court?
Give me a history check.
$15.
You might have heard of him. You've definitely never met him. But he comes from the material plane as well. He's a wood elf. You might have just heard the name, King Aligarthus. Nothing that it would have
King.
your Fey ancestry, or excuse me, not Fey ancestry, your Fey lifestyle would have given you. But
He's a king, though, not a prince.
prince, excuse me, I said
Oh,
king.
okay.
I meant to say prince.
Gotcha.
Have you met him? Is he friendly?
I haven't met him. I just heard of him. I think I've caught a few glances of him in Motherhorn, but that's it. I'd have to get closer to see. But if he's a wood elf, I think that'd be him.
Can he be trusted?
I think so. I think he was trapped in Motherhorn against his will, like most of us. He's coming down now.
We should help him.
Yeah,
Does it-
that's a great idea.
Does it look like there was anything that he was lighting? He threw the torch back down.
Yeah,
Does
there
it
was
look
a
like there's
beacon
something
up
that-
top. Yeah, Siggy, you saw there was a beacon he was trying to light up top, but
yes.
every time he tried, the creatures tried to blow it away.
Mhm.
Does it look like that there was somewhere that it was nearby that had like a campfire or something that he would have been relighting this torch?
Let's see here. Yes, there is. There's a boat that I mentioned that was moored right by that spire, and it looks like there is a campsite.
Perhaps. In my experience, having a favor owed to you by a prince is quite the token to have in your pocket.
I'm not against helping the gentleman, but I will note that he's not prince of much while he's here.
Yes, but he's still a prince, and he may know even if his title and position can be of use to us, perhaps his information of how close he's been to Moongrave could. Sounds like from what you said, Gleam, that he's been here for quite some time.
Well,
Yeah, I
Perhaps we should
go
meet
talk
him
to
at
him.
his encampment.
Did someone say prince?
Yes,
Alright, then.
Lemon, perhaps you'd like to talk to him.
I mean, I do
Why
have
do
my
you
way with
travel-
royalty. I do have my way with royalty.
This fairy is quite a trollop. I don't really know what else to say.
Right. But
I don't know what that means, but I didn't like the tone.
Lemon can live her best life however she wants.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, so you head over to the prince's camp.
yeah.
And as you approach, you can see him. He's now extremely downtrodden. He's frustrated. He looks like he's about to like go into a rage. He like throws rocks at the river. He's cursing, talking to himself, and then he notices you and he kind of takes a step back. Who goes there?
Quentin would go forward and do a like very not like a deep bow, but like a kind of like hand over front, hand behind the back, and bow forward. Your Grace, we are merely adventurers coming through, possibly with aid to bring to you.
And just who you all be? And
Hi.
who am I to trust random travelers? And Gleam's like, oh, I did.
Oops.
Well, I mean, I don't really know your situation, but it seems like you're in need of aid, so I don't know why you would turn down a helping hand.
You're here to
Hi,
help.
I'm Siggy. I have some candy if you want some. She'll take another licorice.
Stop offering that to
Thank you.
strangers.
Thank you, child, but I don't need any candy or sweets. What I need is to get home.
I take it.
But yeah, Boomy can eat it.
I need to get
Well,
home.
then, friend, you and I are in the same boat, because I've been trying to get home for 7 years.
Is that so? 7 long years.
I imagine you've probably been here longer.
No. No, thank goodness. I've been here for exactly 1 year and about 6 days.
How did you have the misfortune of ending up in this godforsaken land?
It was that green dragon, I tell you. You see, I come from the land of Toril, the material plane. I do not know where you come from, but I come from Toril. That is my home. The woods are my home, my kingdom. I will be the king there one day. Endolin promised me that she would help me with this dragon that was killing my people. She said the answer, though, would come after 1 year of servitude. I figured 1 year is nothing for the saving of my people. So ultimately, I agreed. However, she tricked me, as most hags do. I don't know why. I could have thought that she could have helped us. Perhaps I was desperate for some hope. But after my year of servitude, she told me the way to get home, the way to get back, and that the answer would be waiting for me. Yet, the only way to get home is to light these darn beacons. And she looks up at all the spires. There's 8 of them in total. And he says, ultimately, it's simple. Task, go to the beacons, light them all,
To me, it just seemed.
and then I can go home. However,
when you're not.
it's going to mute you, Mike. There's some back talk there. Ultimately, I should just light these beacons and go home. But these blasted creatures are stopping me every single time. I've been at it for days now. If I light these beacons, I will be able to travel back to my plane.
Why do they keep blowing them out?
I don't know.
Those appear to be birds of prey. Why would they interfere with this? It doesn't seem like something that a hunting creature would be interested in.
Oh, they're not birds. Or at least, they didn't always used to be birds. Those are the Greyhawk mummers. They were once a troupe of actors. Endelin invited them to Motherhorn. They performed pantomimes. I witnessed several of these. When their popularity made them haughty and difficult to control, Endelin locked them up. When they begged to be set free, she honored their request but released them into the wild after shaping them into these creatures, these peritons. The transformation has deprived them of speech and seems to have taken their sanity.
You think that there's a way to reverse it?
It beats me. If you have a way, I beg you, I implore you, do it. I must get home.
How many of them are there exactly?
There are... I'll tell you.
60.
No, not that many. 8. 8 winged beasts.
8 of them and 8 spires.
Yes,
Are they-
3
are
and
they
8
all, like,
are a very
nested?
common number around here. 3 and 8.
Are they all nested in like the same area, or is it that they're spread out so that
They're kind of like all over, but when he starts climbing, they congregate.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I know they used to be people, but we could potentially just kill them.
We could.
They,
Do that, we're no better than Endelin Moongrave.
in fact, worse.
How so?
She let them live.
Living in pain and suffering and not in your mind is not living.
For all I know, they're of sound mind and they're just having a good laugh.
I thought you said that it deprived them of their sanity.
Clearly. Oh, I'd hope so.
Well, perhaps
do
we
they
can help
eat?
you light the fires.
Yes, you. You have flight. And you there, the one making eyes at me this whole time. You have flight. Of course, he's
You?
talking to Lemon.
Yes, we both do have flight.
I will let you know I am betrothed to another.
Sorry,
And
Lemon.
Lemon looks all like disappointed. She's like, all right. I'm gonna go by the campfire.
She's a bit sensitive.
I apologize, but we have no time for formality now. I have to get back home.
How can I help you?
Perhaps we can devise a plan. The 8 spires need to be lit. There are braziers at the top. I have a torch, and I have a campfire. Perhaps if all of us take to one of the spires? Or you, multiple spires, you can fly? I don't
I can
know.
take
What do you
multiple.
think the best course of action is?
Well, if you give me a torch and distract the birds, I could fly around the whole circle, and perhaps Lemon could join me. We could each take 4. If you can distract the birds. Or perhaps we can distract the birds and allow you to light the spires.
How many of us are there? He counts. There's Mike, or Oscar, Siggy, Boomy, Quentin. That's 4. You have
Charles.
Gleam, Charles, Lemon, and the prince,
8.
Aligarthus. So there's 8 of you. So in theory, you could all... Do you have torches? Do you have something to light things with?
I think I
Or
do.
I
maybe
think
spells?
they come in the bags we have.
I think so. I also have prestidigitation, which can
Right,
make
you could-
light
maybe
a
some of you can
torch-sized
produce a-
flame.
Yeah, some of you can
Yep.
produce a fire.
Yeah.
I have a. Does firebolt? Would that like light a fire if I?
It does.
I would think
Great.
so. Shit.
No, it does. I think it does.
Okay, so I could just firebolt the thing.
Okay. So we have firebolts. We have
Have
torches.
these creatures ever attacked? Though?
Not directly, no. I've tried to. I'll admit I've taken swings at them before,
And
but they've
have you
never
ever
they've
heard
never
them speak?
attacked. They've never attacked directly. They seem to love the trickery, the theater of it all.
And have you ever heard them speak?
No, I believe they have lost their ability to speak. They cackle, and I've tried to communicate and pleaded with them before, but they do not listen.
Well, I think it's worth the risk. If you can maybe help us with our mission after we help you. Perhaps you have valuable information that we could use.
I will be an open book. I will help you in whatever way I can, but as soon as I get the chance, I'm going home. I won't waste a second.
So perhaps you could tell us now what you know about her castle, who she's holding there. My brother is being held prisoner there, as is Gleam's sister. It seems like
Right.
Endelyn has a thing for kidnapping twins.
Endelyn's
Would you know
castle her castle is a grand and terrible theater where she forces people to perform in her plays, forces us to perform on stage for her amusement. She's always trying to recruit new actors for her theater. These, like I said, these troops were honored amongst the lands, and they were brought in to perform. She enslaves whoever she wants. We're all puppets, and she is the puppet master. What was the name of your brother?
His name is Rowan.
Rowan.
Have you
He
seen him?
ponders. I can't say that I knew anyone there named Rowan.
Siggy looks sad because now that's two people that have told her that her brother's actually not there.
It
That
is
doesn't mean
possible.
someone there might know where he is, though.
It is possible he goes by another name.
There's also a large castle. Were there any fairy boys there?
There are people of all sorts of shapes, sizes, races. I can't say every single person, but
But do you remember? I would imagine a fairy boy would stand out amongst larger folk that are not winged.
I don't remember seeing a fairy.
Other than her theater operation, does she have anything else going on in this area?
What do you mean going on? What do you mean?
Well, the ink pot that guided us here suggested that there's mines or something in the castle to the south, and clearly these I'll motion towards where the lightning is striking. These lightning rods are being used to generate energy for some nefarious purpose.
Yes, the mine. He does know about the mine.
Okay, what does he know?
I'll tell you what he knows.
After a message from our sponsors.
Please like and subscribe. Hit that bell to get notifications. Check out all the links in the description.
CJ would be proud.
Yeah.
He knows
for you,
that the
CJ.
mine. What's that?
I said I'm doing it for you, CJ.
There you go, CJ. Shout out for CJ. He knows that the mine is one of the resources here in Yan. It actually is a mine that you can find people's dreams and wishes. If somebody makes a wish, they can mine it here.
What is the logistics of that? Couldn't you then go there, make a wish, and then mine it? Or is it that someone has to make a wish somewhere else?
Correct, from the material plane.
Ah. Interesting.
So if somebody wished for like a 40-foot lizard friend, is it in the mind?
That is correct.
Must be terrifying for the miners.
The wishes are there, not the result.
Oh. What does a wish look like?
It beats me.
More importantly, what is she using them for?
It's a great question. One that I'd be happy to answer if I knew it. The beacons. We must light them.
Yes, but you said that if we light them, the door opens. Correct?
That's correct. Or at least that is what Endelin has told me.
All right. And you said that you would not waste a second. And while I do not want to hurry your escape in any way, if you're not going to waste a second, it doesn't sound like you're going to be very helpful to us after we help you. So perhaps, as Siggy suggested, you could help us with some information before we light them.
What else do you need to know?
How to get in, how to get out, Enderlin's weaknesses. You've spent a year with her. I've spent a week with these two, and I know that if I threw a basket of candy in the other direction, I could do anything I wanted. I imagine that you know things, or you would like to also know those things.
As I said, Endelin's her sole purpose in life is to hold her plays, her theater. Her theater is her passion. It is exactly what she loves. She's violently scared of an eclipse. She believes that it's her doom, her downfall will happen during the night of an eclipse. That's why if you look up into the sky, you will see no moon. You will see no sun. It's just storm, constantly. I don't know if she generates.
Her name is Moongrave?
I don't know if she generates this lightning that arcs through the sky, or she uses the lightning in some twisted way, but the weather is always the same.
It seems odd to be in fright of an eclipse and to put iconography of suns and moons everywhere.
Moongrave.
Well, yes, but not Sungrave. Why put the image of your destruction if you so deeply fear it?
I wonder if these.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wonder if these generators are in some way, perhaps even creating the storm.
Perhaps. How big are they? Like each one of those statues?
They're actually pretty big. I think I have the stats on them. Yeah. They are 30 feet tall, topped with a 10-foot diameter symbol of a sun or a moon, and they're made of copper.
Oh, okay. So the symbol is 10 feet.
The symbol's 10 feet in diameter, and the rod is 30 feet tall. So it's like 40 feet, really.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you know.
Unfortunately, when you're in Motherhorn, you don't get to ask many questions, and the little time we get to observe is while we're being controlled to perform in her plays. Now, I've spent a year being tortured. I'd like to get back to my people. Hopefully, there's still a civilization as I left it.
Let's light these torches then.
Thank you. Now, he looks over to all of you. He'll give torches to those who doesn't have any. and he'll suggest that we all go to different ones. So you want to go to one each, a column each?
Yeah, I'm gonna go toward maybe one that looks a little bit more challenging to climb. I figured since stronger cleric might be able to handle that one a bit better.
Okay, so you'll go to like the tallest one.
Sure.
Gotcha. Siggy, are you flying up?
I will be flying up.
Lemon's flying up? Okay.
I'll give
Alright.
Lemon like a candle to carry.
I have no idea how I'm going to get up one of these.
There's a walkway. There's a hewn steps that circle around it.
Oh, when you've been saying climbing, you don't actually have to climb.
No, there's steps that he climbed up the steps too.
Oh.
I think you can actually see them in the picture a little bit.
I wasn't sure. It's hard to tell if that is like actual steps or if it was like a. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was an actual walkway. Okay.
Yeah, I'll ask.
okay.
Siggy, do you mind taking the tallest one then, if you can fly? I
course.
thought we were.
I can do that. I'll go to the tallest one.
Okay.
How long or how long does it take typically to walk up one of these?
Let's see. 200 feet. Let's just say it very easily. We'll just say divided by 30. That's what, 6 minute? So maybe a couple minutes. 2 minutes, because it circles around. 2 minutes.
All right.
A 2-minute climb.
I can make myself invisible.
Mm.
If you'd like, I could go up. I could go up and before they even know that something's happening and light one, and then quickly make my way over to another to help someone. I imagine once they see all of us climbing, that they may become irate.
Sounds good. So you want to go invisible and climb up one ahead of the group?
Cool. What I could do, I could light it, and maybe that's the signal to start climbing. Once one is lit, it should draw them towards me. I can hide while invisible. They'll try to put it out. I don't need to keep my torch lit. I can, and I'll just hold my torch and I'll press the digitation, just like snap, light it, snap, unlight it, and I don't need to have it lit the whole time. Perhaps that can draw them away.
Sounds like a plan. You all good with this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I just realized I can also use Druidcraft to instantaneously light or snuff out a torch, candle, or small campfire. So I don't even have to
Perfect.
use Firebolt.
So
Yeah, Druidcraft's easy.
I'm going to make myself invisible. And before I do, I'm just going to say, I'm going to go to that one, and just point at one of them. I'll say I'm going to the furthest one. It looks like the furthest one out of the way would be this one. So I'm going to go to this one and light that. I'll make myself invisible. I have an hour of invisibility. So
Okay.
Oh, great.
So you all get to the base of your spire. You cast invisibility and you head up the first one. The birds are now, they probably watch all of you kind of move around. So they are like circling in the air. You get to the top, Randall. You can see the beacon before you. It looks like it's tried to have been lit recently, but was snuffed out. What do you do?
I light the torch with prestidigitation, and I begin touching corners of it to light the beacon. Once it is effectively lit, I use prestidigitation to snuff out the torch.
Does casting spells like this change your invisibility, or it's just attacks?
Oh, actually, I guess. Oh, I guess it would. It would remove my invisibility. So I guess I'll just I'll just, since I don't need to relight it, I'll just snuff it out like normally then. But if I need to relight it, I'll have to use prestidigitation.
Right. So you're staying invisible because you have a torch or something that's lit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have the torch lit and then light it. And then
Does the torch go away when you're invisible?
Oh, it's
Anything you're holding, right? It goes
yeah,
with
anything
you.
I'm holding. Yeah.
Okay.
So
perfect.
I mean, would I even need? Would the light still be shed from the torch?
I don't think so. I mean, if you're holding a sword and you're invisible, the sword's invisible too.
Okay, so then if the light doesn't get shed, then I don't even have to snuff it out. I can just keep holding the torch.
I would assume that that's how it works, and if I'm wrong,
Okay.
somebody will correct
I'm
me.
fine with that. It's your ruling. I was assuming the other way. So yeah, then I would just light it and hold
And
the
step
torch
back.
while invisible and just stay invisible.
Yep. Yep. So the fire begins to light. The beacon is lit, and it's casting its large glow.
Beacons are lit.
Yes, exactly. And so that's the signal, everybody. Are you headed up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna like
All right.
run.
Yeah, Lemon's headed up there too, and she's got to take a torch with her. She doesn't have ability to do it. She'll take like a match, which will be like a torch for her. So she'll head up, and the Perytons recognize this, and they swarm to your beacon. Randall, I'll give
Okay.
you a couple of rounds if you would like to prepare, but they're coming.
Are they all coming from different directions, or are they coming from the same direction?
I mean, they were all circling, so some of them might be there before others, but within a few
Okay.
rounds, they'll all be there.
Okay. Are they flying in like a formation together? They doing
They-
a flying V?
Flying V, the Mighty Ducks. No, I don't think so. They don't seem to have bird-like instincts,
Okay.
so they're just darting towards you when they see it.
Okay, I am going to try to wait for the most opportune moment of them being as tightly knit or tightly grouped as possible. Once they are extremely tightly knit or tightly grouped and within 60 feet of me, I'm gonna cast something. I'm
Okay.
not gonna hold it, because if I hold it, then I'm gonna drop invisibility.
I will
But-
say that they probably are doing some aerial acrobatics on their way, because they are a performing troupe, and maybe they're starting to sing or like a bird might sing out into the air. But it's not like a war cry. It's more like almost like they're having fun, right? That's the way it seems. Like these birds are enjoying kind of getting into the action and messing you up, and so
Okay.
yeah, so that's what they're doing.
Okay.
All right, everyone else, you're climbing. The birds get to, I would say, half of the birds get to you at the same time. So maybe 4 of them reach you first. They get within your 60-foot range. What do you want to do?
Okay, that's perfect then, because so it's not much of a warning shot, but I'm gonna fire it anyway. I am going to try to scare them away with the casting of Shatter.
Nice.
So I'm gonna try to hit those 4 birds with a Shatter,
Okay.
hoping that it will not just harm them with thunder damage. I know it probably wouldn't kill them since they're fairly large creatures, but hoping that the damage and loud crack will scare them away. And I think it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't throw people in any different directions, but so it's a DC 15 con save for those 4 Perytons.
Okay, I failed 3 of them.
The one that succeeded, I'm going to Silvery Barbs.
Okay,
So I'm gonna give myself advantage because I don't think anyone else is in range of me.
they'll all fail.
They all fail. Okay, perfect. So let me just hit cast. That might have cast it twice. So 16 thunder damage. 16 thunder damage, and I don't think that Shatter does. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, Shatter doesn't do anything extra. That's thunder wave.
Shatter
But-
does extra if they're
If
constructs
they're
or
if they're like constructs, Shatter does extra stuff. But yeah, so just 16 thunder damage, and
Okay.
there is a loud crack of thunder. It actually doesn't say, weirdly, how far. I'm imagining it's probably the same as thunderclap or thunder wave, which is like 300
I'm sure
feet
it's
or something
audible
like
from
that.
everywhere in this valley.
Yeah, so it's like a loud crack, a very loud crack of thunder. Yeah, Thunder Wave is 300 feet. This is a second level spell, so probably
Yeah.
300 or 400 feet.
Surprisingly, though, the sound doesn't seem to scare a lot of them, as there's thunder cracking seemingly every 30 seconds in this land. But it does make a loud noise. It does 16 damage to all of them, and those birds seem a bit more hesitant as they approach. They split off, maybe go into different directions. We'll say that they'll get to you next round, and then everybody else, you get to the top of your spires. What do?
How far apart are the spires?
Let's see. I think they're like maybe like 80 feet apart, something like that.
Okay.
No, that's huge actually. No, I lied to you. I'll tell you. What's your thought behind this?
I could be between two spires, and if someone else is struggling to get up, I could. My range on my Druidcraft is 30 feet, so if I'm in the middle of
I
like
see
a
what you're saying,
60-foot gap, I could like shoot one off to one spire, and then next round do the other one.
Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. The spires. They're actually very far apart, everybody. These Perytons probably would have taken longer to get there. They're 150 feet apart.
Oh,
That was what I thought from the map, but
That's huge.
I wasn't sure. I thought
Okay.
they were far.
well, in that case, I'll just be by whatever tower I was going to be by, and I'll
this
cast
is
Druidcraft.
very hard. Yeah, very hard to get to. All right, well, I'll be honest with you. Since it's so far apart, you're all going to be able to light yours no problem. So the prince will light his. Siggy, you light yours. Lemon will start to light hers. Mike, does Oscar do anything else, or is he just lighting it?
Just gonna light it.
Okay. And what about Boomy?
Yep, I have a tinderbox, so I was gonna use that to start a flame.
Oh, that's what you were going to use?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you give me an old survival check? See if you can start it.
Jeez.
God.
Here we go. Let's see. Oh boy. A 15.
Okay. Like an old pro, you take out that tinderbox.
Nat 1.
You make that sing. I think you had a torch, didn't you?
Oh, I have a torch, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. He's
okay.
he's like, I climb up there to use my tinderbox.
I didn't have a torch in my pack. It didn't
The-
seem like it.
The fate of an entire Wood Elf civilization is hanging on the fact that you can light a fire with the flint and steel.
That monarch, special ability.
Well, you were able to do it. You get some tinder, you get some little the wood, you get set it all up. You do the box method, you start doing the sparks, and meanwhile, Randall, these Perytons are swarming you. Oh, I see, Randall. Are you on the phone? Sorry.
No, I was. I got a call. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But yes, the Perytons. So they're swarming me.
They're swarming you now. So the ones that were close enough within your range for shatter will be there in this next round, and the others are headed your way.
I am going to go back invisible.
Okay.
Are all of
Um,
the torches lit at this point?
Let's just roll initiative for you and me to see if there's a chance that they could get to attack you.
Are all of the torches lit at this point?
They are lit, yes. So the last beacon is lit. It's gonna be Boomy's beacon. Everybody looks around. The beacons are all lit. 7 of them are up, and Boomy's over there. Come on, damn it! And you light that beacon. The beacon goes up. The Perytons come to you, and they start to gust away at the fire. What can you do to stop them from gusting the fire out?
Oh, actually, I don't need to. Okay, so what I'm gonna do? What is the beacon made of? Like the entirety. I'm assuming there's a flammable thing on the outside, but if it's like meant to be lit and relit, is there like a portion of it that is something made of something else?
Yeah, it doesn't really say here, so I would just assume that they are meant to be lit. I mean, it's like, you know, it's
Okay.
the purpose of this entire area here is that it's going to allow someone to travel. So I think so.
Okay. So what I am going to do I actually forgot that I have this spell because I took it on this level up. Is there any metal?
Yeah, I'd
on
say
the
it's
beacon?
made of metal. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cast heat metal on the metal portions of the beacon to essentially continuously supply scorching heat to the flammable parts of the beacon.
Say it again.
So, parts of the beacon are metal, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to, I'm assuming those are in contact with the flammable parts of the beacon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cast heat metal on the metal portions of the beacon so that they are even if the fire is extinguished on the pieces that are flammable, the metal portions would relight them because they are essentially turned into a stovetop.
Okay, so make it like a hot iron or something like that.
Yeah, kind of like basically making like the whole thing like its own like electric stovetop.
Okay, cool. You know what? I'll do. I'll just see if. Let's roll a percentile die here. Give me a percentile die, and I'll say that since it's constantly being heated, and you have a torch there, you could like throw the torch in even.
Yeah.
I'd say there's a very little chance the Perrytons can snuff it out.
Okay.
So we'll go with a 20% chance that they could snuff it out. You roll low, they win. You roll high, you win. Oh, you rolled high.
97.
You rolled high. Yeah,
The whole
they're
thing
trying to
explodes
snuff
and
this
kills
out, but no avail.
Sorry,
No avail.
birdies. Looks like it's gonna stay lit. Might as well fuck off. And gonna climb down the spire. Because now I don't have to stay there because I can concentrate on it from any range.
Yep. Beneath the light of all the beacons, you can see reflected in the mirror-like surface of a lake. Excuse me, I lied to you. The mirror-like surface of the lake is a forest with ancient trees shrouded in mist. Alagarthus looks over to each of you. Obviously, you're far away, but you can see, especially people who are closer to him, probably Oscar, maybe Siggy. You can see him nod, and before he does, he'll kind of raise his torch up in a salute. You see down below, he jumps and plunges into the water. Ripples fan out across the surface, and after a minute, the forest scene fades away, and the beacons all go out one by one, ending with the beacon that Alagarthus lit. The water turns back to its normal, clear, non-portal form.
How high up were we?
Very high, 200 feet. He did a swan dive.
Hey, did he
He is
just
dead.
kill himself?
He is dead. No, just kidding. He's fine.
Like, when you impact water at that height, I'm pretty sure you just, like, that shit's like concrete. Like,
It's not water. It wasn't water at that point.
oh, it didn't look like he went into water when
He looked like he went through like a portal to
okay.
ancient
I thought
forest.
it was just like in the water. It looked like under the water. Okay.
You get the sense that he's okay, and probably
Okay.
that was the design. Yeah.
It'd be really funny if he just swan dived off and just ate it, though.
The Perrytons see all this, the lights go out, and they kind of circle around. They might land on perch on some of the spires, or head back down to the campsite area, or whatever. They're just kind of hanging out now. They kind of all disperse.
Quentin would go to one of the Perisons that he injured. Look, no hard feelings. We just really needed to get those lit. Can you understand me? And I'm actually going to bonus action healing word it. To heal some of the damage that I did.
Yeah, you hear it? Heal it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one up
It
by your
regains
spire, maybe one that
6.
stayed by your spire, you heal. And it gives you a confused look, almost like it understood your request that you were trying to heal it, and it lets you heal it.
I did not want to commit harm, but You are an aggressive-looking creature, and there are a lot of you.
It does that
Probably
thing
should be-
birds do, like they twitch their heads, they cock their heads.
The man that we just let through the lake portal thing, he said that you were once people, actors, performers. I could see the spirits of them still holding true in your heart as you flew over here. Is that true?
They like kind of nod in a way.
Was this a curse that was placed on you?
Let's see here. Although it doesn't really have a way to speak to you, you get the sense that it's in agreement with you.
Look, I don't know much about curses, but I could try to find out. No one deserves to live the way that you've been cursed to live. If I can find a way to help you, I will. And we, all of us, will make our way back. We did this to help someone. We would gladly come back to help aid someone.
In the middle of your conversation, it like loses attention and flies off over the lake.
That was a bit rude. Let's walk back to the rest of the group.
It takes you all like 40 minutes to get together again.
Some of it took us 2 minutes to get up, but it took 40 minutes to get down.
Yeah.
It's really fucking weird.
Well, no, the walk around the lake is
Oh.
what takes you the longest time.
Camera magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You realize, wow, that was my feet are tired. That was a long walk.
Yeah.
You get back to the camp, and who would have been close? So it would have been, I think it was Oscar, Boomy, sorry, not Boomy, Siggy, right?
Mhm.
Boomy, maybe Lemon. You went to the farthest one, Randall, so you
Yeah, I was.
you
I would be
probably
the last
won't.
one.
Yeah, you probably won't be here. But as the rest of you get to camp and wait for Quentin, the Perrytons actually swoop down and kind of hang out where the campsite was. They snuff out that fire because they seem to not like to snuff out fires. But as you're there and you see them, they're all looking at you kind of quizzically, and they just kind of all start to move around in coordinated fashion, moving their clawed legs and arms and kind of moving their feathers and wings in a way. It's very reminiscent of something. Dasha and Christian, you get the sense that they are performing like mimes. It reminds you a lot of the mime from the what's his name? Candlefoot. If only Boppy was here. If Boppy was here, he would know what they're saying because he's been speaking mime. He speaks mime.
Remember, Boppy worked with a mime. That
Yes.
was the
I
same thing.
remember.
That's why Boppy would have done this. He would have
Okay.
known.
Could we do some sort of check? Or
You can give me an insight check, yeah.
okay, I have another idea if that doesn't work.
Well,
I'll
I
do
will.
that.
I will applaud them. I'll tell Charles he should clap too.
What'd you get?
I got a 19 on insight.
Yeah, you get they're doing the type of mime work that you've seen from Candlefoot, and they're doing like this with their feathered hands. You get the sense they were trapped, and they like puppets. Oh, we were trapped. Endelyn Moongrave, she was controlling us, turned us into these birds. We're cursed. We want to get back to the carnival, desperately get back to the carnival, but we can't. And sometimes we do things we don't want to do, like we blow out the fires. That seems like something we've got to do. And they seem to be doing all this in mime work.
How can we end the curse?
Pantomime. They don't
Can
know.
they answer?
That they don't know.
Okay.
That they don't
Okay.
know.
I will just say we'll try to help you if we find anything out.
And
Quentin
again,
comes
similar
running
to
over. Guys, you'll never believe it.
they fly away.
The Peritons, they're cursed.
Yes, we know. We know, Quentin. They just told us.
What do you mean they just told you they can't speak? Can they speak?
They are
They-
professional mimes. They just pantomime the whole thing. I understood every word.
Ah, of course they had to be fucking mimes.
They'll bow, and then fly off into the sky. Lighting continues to crash as you find yourself in a strange land. You want to head where next? Where to?
Let's see if there's
There's
Corrids?
Motherhorn up top. There was the Corrids at Lockberry Hill, and there's the mine.
Yeah, I feel like we should do all the side quests before we go to the
Yeah.
Motherhorn.
Let's do the Corrids. They seem friendly, potentially.
Sure.
Well, wait, weren't we also supposed to investigate the battle scene where
Yes, you're right.
wasn't that,
Yes,
why,
the
that was why we
Cyclops.
came? That was why we came to the lake originally.
So I guess we should do that first and then go to the Corrids.
Yeah.
Sure. You want to go investigate the site first?
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes the most sense since we can.
Yep.
Maybe they'll be closer by. Who knows?
So you head. You head to the east now, because that's where they were encountered them about here. So you head to the east, and you see as you're going through the rocky crags, you could see some goats. In fact, there are a lot of these goats. There are a few of them gathered up on the ridges, and they're not just regular goats; they are giant goats,
How giant?
large creatures.
Okay.
I just remembered we left our owl bear.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, your owlbear, probably ran off. Little Oak probably told you that the thing was killing all the animals in the area, so it ran off, and Little Oak didn't want to
that's
have
a
anything to
good
do with it. So
boy.
yeah,
Well, it's an owl bear. I'm sure it's fine.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean that it was probably hurt. I just meant, we don't have an owl bear. Owl bears are pretty cool.
As
We
you're
should have
passing
brought it
through,
with us when we fought it back.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should have.
I actually asked you. I think there was a moment right before.
There
I was
was
like,
a
"Oh, did you
moment.
guys? Are you riding your chariot?" And
We
you were
really
like,
should've brought
"Nah,
that
we'll leave
fucking-
the owlbear back at the tree."
I figured it'd be more. It would be a little conspicuous if we rode in with a owl bear.
Well, you basically just then were like, "Hey, we'd like to talk to you."
Yeah, we weren't very sneaky.
Will was sneaky. You guys were like the distraction. So you distracted. As you're headed past the goats, because you're trying to find the site of the ambush here, the goats start to bleat, and they speak to you. Unlike the Peritons, these goats can talk. The
Oh,
first
good.
goat says, "When the moon obstructs the sun, creeping Lynn will come undone." The next one bleats and says, "Play to her passions, stay on script, a cat, a horn, or a shadow ripped." And the third goat says, "Fool's scepter is the key."
Last one was a bit on the nose.
Goats. Give the goats some candy.
I think goats eat candy.
The goats eat anything. Give the goats some candy.
I'll give them like a little peppermint.
The goats will
Actually, like peppermint.
the goats will use their incredible goat ability to scale down this almost like vertical cliff face, and they'll get just close enough where they could reach their mouths out and stick out their tongue for the peppermint. You plop it on the tongue. Each of them
Yeah.
come down one by one.
Sure. I'll give them some. I can imagine I took like a, what's the thing? Like a little Ziploc baggie of candies the equivalent,
A
the
Ziploc. Yeah.
Ziploc
The
bag.
equivalent of Ziploc.
Ziploc TM, yeah. A little satchel of candies with me from.
Yeah. She doesn't carry she doesn't have a coin purse. She has a candy purse.
I have
Yes.
a candy purse, yeah.
They have little pouches of preserving.
Yeah. You give them like a hard candy, a peppermint, a Werther's, something like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
And the goats all accept the gift, and they seem to be very happy that you followed the rule of reciprocity.
Mhm.
And as they bleat and continue up on the rocks, they like kind of nod at you as they continue on their path and you yours.
I have some carrots if you prefer.
They do not want carrots.
See, Quentin, everybody prefers the candy.
You know,
You're just a boring adult.
nutrition in the Feywild is absolute garbage. And that comes from someone who grew up in the Feywild. I had lovely salads that were delicious growing up. Wonderful goat cheese, arugula. I mean, there's delicious things that can be healthy, everyone. You don't have to just eat peppermints covered in chocolate sprinkled with M&Ms.
That's why everybody thinks the summer court's boring.
Oh. You spend an evening at the summer court, you'll be in disbelief of that.
You listen
I
here.
have. Don't you remember? Do you not remember why I'm here?
Not really, actually. You keep telling me you're from a different town every time I ask, so
He's
keep
from the
thinking-
summer court, actually.
No, I'm not from the summer court. I'm actually. I already told you. I didn't know that was Oberon's wife. I was very confused and slightly drunk.
Did you tell us this?
Yes.
I think he did.
I think he did when he introduced himself, right?
Mhm.
I think I'd have
some
to have
point.
a conversation at some point.
I don't think I was even there for that episode, but I remember watching it, and I think I heard this.
You might not have been. I forget which one it was, but you gave us a little
She-
background.
She did not appreciate the firm pat on the bottom. That is all I will say.
I have been breaking bread with you this entire time, and you insulted my monarch.
I saved your life, so I think we're even.
That's fair. All right.
I think we're here, Gleam says. She's looking around at the surroundings, and she says, "Yeah, it was right here. We were walking just past this ridge, and yeah, that thing came over the top and just attacked. I ran, I hid, right about here, and you can see that there's some. It looks like there's some, even though it's rocky, there's clearly some scattered pebbles and other footprints, signs that there was a scuffle here. You might see a fallen dandelion leaf, little petal."
Can I fly up to see if there's like a trail of them or any way I could figure out where he went?
You do see perhaps some signs of the scuffle headed south, but give me a survival check.
If he is a dandelion, isn't finding like a petal of a dandelion like finding like his cheek? like
Yeah, I mean,
did we just
no.
find a large portion of his face just sitting
no,
on the ground?
it could be like hair. It could be teeth. Maybe he knocked a tooth out.
Okay. I just got concerned because I was picturing like a giant portion of his head is just removed sitting on the ground.
No, it looks like it might have the scuffle might have taken him south, but with such a low roll, you lose track of it so quickly.
Okay.
But that's about all you find. Some a dandelion petal or two, and some signs of scuffle, but tracks you can't follow. And you might see the bigger step footprints. What you see is the tracks of a cyclops. But that's it.
Perhaps we should move on and go to the friendly creatures that Gleam mentioned. Maybe
The
they've
Korreds.
seen the Korreds. Yes,
Yeah. By the way,
Maybe
it's
they've seen him.
Korreds.
Korreds. Okay, that's helpful.
All right. So it's at this point you head south, doubling back on your trail here, and next time on Tabletop Bob, we'll see what these Korreds at Loxbury Hill have to say about what's going on here in Prismeer. Thank you for joining us for this episode 23 of Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Don't forget, you can check out the entire playlist on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching on YouTube and chatting with us, as well as Twitch. If you would like to get more Tabletop Bob, you know what to do. Just subscribe and hit the bell icon. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of new material coming up. I've got the Radiant Citadel. We ran one Radiant Citadel, as Randall and had mentioned in the beginning. But I've got another one. I'm recording a couple of them because I'm going to be away in 2 weeks. So I'm going to be releasing them when I'm away, so there'll be content for everybody to enjoy. And yeah, a lot of new stuff coming up on the channel, so come on this journey with us. And that'll do it for us. Everyone, thanks for playing. Good to be back. Mike, Christian, Dasha, Randall, we'll see you all next week.
See you guys.
See y'all next week.
Have a
Bye.
good night.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll
night.
see you on the tabletop.